May Allah heal you from whatever pain you are suffering from. May Allah heal you from whatever pain you are suffering from.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على خاتم النبيين أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا رسول الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا حبيب الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
الصلاة والسلام عليك يا نبي الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله
وعلى آلك وأصحابك يا نور الله.
Welcome back, viewers of Madani Channel, to your weekly program, Spiritual Cures. Inshallah, before we move on to some of the messages that we've already received, I'd just like to mention one of the blessings of reciting Durood and Salam upon the best of creation, Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam. The final messenger, Sallallahu Ta'ala Alaihi Wasallam, has said, whoever recites Salat upon me 50 times a day, I will shake hands with him on the day of judgment. Sallu ala al-Habib Sallallahu ala Muhammad Sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Just welcome our guest, inshallah. Usman bhai, how are you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm good. How are you?
Inshallah, alhamdulillah, rabbil alameen, ala kulli hal. Jazakallah for asking. You're on your own today, inshallah. And I'm hoping you're ready. Inshallah. We move on to some of the questions that we've already received. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Somebody's asking in regards to a common illness, which is stroke. Sometimes the word paralysis is mentioned, or facial paralysis, which is similar illness, if it's not exactly the same. Sometimes it's just that the face is, one side of the face, etc., is affected, where the side of the face kind of droops. So they usually call that facial paralysis. And sometimes it can be the whole side, it can be the whole body. I remember, may Allah grant that Uncle Cure, one of our Islamic brothers, sent me a message last week as well in regards to this. I'm hoping he's tuned in at the moment. I did send them a wazifa at that time as well, but inshallah our Usman bhai will give us a wazifa in regards to this as well. But the uncle had a stroke, and I think they were affected. One side of the body is totally numb, they can't move it. So inshallah, if they're watching, they can also take benefit from this. So it mentions stroke it mentions a little bit about it here, so I'll just mention it. Stroke is an illness which is caused by a disruption or blockage of blood flow to the brain, which can lead to long-term illness, damage and disability. And then it's giving us a hint in regards to signs of stroke, so I'll just mention this as well. Loss of sight suddenly, dizziness, double vision, extreme headaches, the face drooping on one side like I just mentioned earlier, struggling to speak or slurred speech. And it mentions that an important point in regards to is that if somebody is experiencing a stroke, then you should try and stay with them and try to put them at ease, speak to them with love, reassure them and let them know that help is on, obviously call an ambulance, 999, call an ambulance and reassure them, comfort them and say, look, help is on its way, inshallah everything will be okay, etc. And remind them that, look, try to remain patient, inshallah blessings are showered upon those who are patient. And inshallah if Allah wills, then you'll recover quickly, inshallah. There is another thing which I wanted to add. There is actually a test which is done. Usually first aiders usually do this as well. It's like they ask you to raise your hands, and the person who's actually going through the stroke issue, he's not able to raise his hands straight up like this. So that also triggers or gives you that sort of indication. Because remember, I just mentioned here in some of the symptoms that somebody, either the face droops at one side, sometimes they're not able to speak or they struggle to speak. So now you might be asking, what's wrong, what's wrong? If you sort of put yourself in that scenario, you're asking, now this person is struggling, can't speak to you. So when you, like, some of the symptoms seem to be ticking all the boxes, then this is something you can do. Ask him to raise his hands, and he'll try. He won't be able to raise his hands up like this. And that will also reassure you that, yeah, definitely it's along these lines. You need to get an ambulance. And yeah, another thing in regards to this, the sooner the ambulance arrives, the better for that person, because it's something which is relating to brain damage. Depending on how soon the person can get help and into hospital, that's how the degree of the effect will take place. But anyway, Adil bhai, I think I spoke too much there in regards to stroke. So if we can have something in regards to stroke, inshallah. And one istikhara request I'll just mention. So don't mention their name, and it's regarding whether they should take on partnership with a certain person. So I'll just mention partnership in business, and then inshallah this should be an indication to you that this is my reply for the istikhara, because you asked not to mention your name. So inshallah I'll mention that the reply for the istikhara in regards to the partnership in the business, and then that should be a sufficient indication for you, inshallah. You have sent in the complete information. Inshallah we'll do the istikhara and then we'll get back to you, inshallah. I'll let you carry on, Usman bhai, while I'll
Well, the first thing, obviously, when someone is in this situation, like Haji Sahib said, you need to reassure them, make sure at that time you're with them, you're telling them, the blessings of being patient, because at that time maybe he's going through a lot of thinking in his mind. Reassure him and tell him blessings of being patient. There are obviously many blessings, and also do these spiritual cures as well, inshallah azza wa jal, they will benefit a lot. So the spiritual cure for this, to protect yourself from strokes or paralysis, is that you recite Ya Allahu 100 times before going to sleep. So very simple and easy wazifa. So before going to sleep, recite Ya Allahu 100 times. Inshallah azza wa jal, this will protect you from stroke and paralysis. Also, if someone has had stroke, then write 11 times La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah 11 times on a new plate, and then drink water from this plate. So put water in it and then drink that water. Inshallah azza wa jal, the person with stroke would be cured from this. So this is the wazifa for the one who's been affected by stroke. So inshallah azza wa jal, Allah azza wa jal will grant him cure.
Some beautiful spiritual cures there, mashallah, that Usman bhai has given. The istikhara request, which was in regards to the business partnership, alhamdulillah, the istikhara has been performed. The indication in the istikhara was of betterment, that if you was to go ahead with this partnership, then inshallah it will be good for you. I will give you a spiritual cure in regards to that, because whenever you start any permissible work, then do recite this. Or when you do take steps forward and you go into partnership with the person that you mentioned, then do try to recite Ya Nafi'u, Ya Nafi'u, Ya Nafi'u 20 times with the Durood Sharif before and after, inshallah azza wa jal. And may Allah grant you further success in your business and keep you happy and in a good relationship, inshallah azza wa jal, and grant you success. Just received another message, if I can just mention this, is Usman bhai. I think it's a istikhara request. They have mentioned a name which they mentioned for the code name. We don't actually mention code names anymore, but because you've mentioned a name as code name, so I'll just mention the istikhara request from Mahreen. And you're requesting for an istikhara to be done. You are saying that you are having a number of issues, and you want to have istikhara done, and you want to know whether whether there's been some kind of hindrance, some kind of blockage of any sort, or whether you're affected with evil eye. Inshallah, we'll do the istikhara, and then we'll give you the reply of the istikhara, and if need be, we'll give you a spiritual cure in regards to this as well, inshallah. So hang tight, inshallah. We'll give you a reply soon. I'll just mention another couple of questions, Usman bhai, to keep you busy as well, while then I can do the istikhara. Actually, before I mention another message or two, if the calls are ready, I'm being told that we've got a few calls. If I can have the first 2 calls, please.
My name's Ahmed Bot. I'm from Jamiat al-Madini, UK. To attain the blessings of knowledge, one of the key factors is to respect your teachers. My question to you is that, is there any wazaif to increase the respect for your teachers and to enable us to respect them even further? Jazakallah khairah.
If someone sleeps 6-7 hours every day, but despite this, during the day they feel sleepy, is there any spiritual cure for this?
Tiredness, basically. Even though they sleep so many hours, but still remain. Yeah. So tiredness even after sleep. Yeah, mashallah. And the first one was in regards to, mashallah, they mentioned a root or a key aspect of knowledge, that respect for your teachers. So I'll add a little bit on that: respect of your teachers, respect of your books, etc. And in fact, the respect of books. Now, a lot of people actually don't think about this until somebody's told you, and then it sort of broadens your mind even further. The respect of the book is such that, okay, holding it high and respecting it in that aspect, and maybe like, if it's down on a table or something, then your feet shouldn't go high, etc. These are like common respects, you can say, that like are in more or less everybody's mind. But some things which I'll mention 1 or 2. For example, you've got your book on the desk. Don't put even a pen on top of your book. Even this is being disrespectful in a way, and try not to put some other, whatever, maybe a tissue. Like, for example, you got a tissue, your mobile phone, even other things that you're holding, even a tasbih. Try to not put anything on top of your book, and this is also a respecting and manners of book. But these things don't usually come to the mind. But subhanallah, beautiful question. So respecting of the teacher, subhanallah, that opens further doors of the increase of knowledge. Inshallah, our Usman Bhai will give us a spiritual cure in regards to this and shed light on that as well. And the second question was in regards to sleeping sufficient amount of hours but still feeling tired. Subhanallah. And I've got, I can remember something which alhamdulillah Amir al-Sunnah have mentioned in regards to this on a Madani Muzakara as well. So if you don't touch upon it, inshallah, I'll add a little bit as well, inshallah. I'll let you get on with them, and I'll just get on with the istikhara, inshallah.
The brother, obviously, regarding being respectful, inshallah, I'll tell you a wazifa that's like a all-in-one kind of wazifa. Inshallah, this wazifa would help you become pious. And a pious person, surely, he would be respectful. He would be respectful to his teachers, to parents, to the books, because a person can't really be a pious one if he's disrespecting his parents, his teachers, or anyone. So this wazifa, inshallah, will help you in all aspects. So it'll help you become pious. Inshallah, when you become pious, you will definitely be respectful towards all the things. And especially for a student of knowledge, student of ilm-e-deen, this is very important, that he is pious, he does his worships, he is respectful to his teachers, his parents, and he's obeying the commandments of Allah Azza wa Jal, because that will help him gain the nur, the blessings of ilm-e-deen. So this wazifa, inshallah Azza wa Jal, if you recite it, that will help you become pious and respectful. So the wazifa is that you recite Ya Ahadu, Ya Ahadu 1,000 times when you are alone. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, you will become pious. So Ya Ahadu 1,000 times, inshallah Azza wa Jal, that will help you become pious. Also becoming more respectful towards your teachers, because respect, until someone doesn't really fully respect outwardly and inwardly his teachers, his books, he can't really get the nur of ilm. He might be able to read so many books, but the nur, the blessing of knowledge, he won't be able to attain. So may Allah Azza wa Jal grant this brother who asked the true knowledge, the blessing of ilm-e-deen as well. And secondly, regarding the brother who asked regarding sleeping too much, that he sleeps sufficient hours, he sleeps 6-7 hours, but still during the day he feels sleepy, he feels tired. So this, for the person who feels sleeps too much, this recitation of 2 Quranic verses, they are a bit long ones, but if you make the habit, inshallah Azza wa Jal, it'll become easy, and then it'll help you get rid of the excessive sleepiness. So I'll recite these ayah, inshallah Azza wa Jal, and then you can act upon this. So the ayah is from Para 8, Surah Al-A'raf, and the verse number is 54 till 56. So 3 ayat, 54, 55, 56. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. إن ربكم الله الذي خلق السماوات والأرض في 6 أيام ثم استوى على العرش يغشي الليل النهار يطلبه حثيثا والشمس والقمر والنجوم مسخرات بأمره ألا له الخلق والأمر تبارك الله رب العالمين ادعوا ربكم تضرعا وخفية إنه لا يحب المعتدين ولا تفسدوا في الأرض بعد إصلاحها وادعوه خوفا وطمعا إن رحمة الله قريب من المحسنين. So these 3 ayahs, you recite them and then make this dua that, oh Allah Azza wa Jal, remove excess sleep from me for the sake of the beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. So obviously the ayah are a bit long, you have to recite 3 ayahs. Make sure, get it checked by your local Imam Sahib or any Alim Sahib, read it to them and then make this habit of reciting these ayah, inshallah Azza wa Jal, and then do the dua. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, you will benefit.
In regard to the istikhara request, which the name, which was the code name which was given was Mahareen, this is the reply for your istikhara. The istikhara has been performed. The indication in the istikhara is of azmaish, as a test. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant you steadfastness. Be patient, inshallah Azza wa Jal, and this test will come to an end. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, I'll give you a wazifa in regards to this. Do try and put this into practice on a daily basis, and inshallah as well until your situation gets better. So do this continuously. Ya Sami'u, Ya Sami'u, Ya Sami'u. You need to recite this 100 times daily, only once during the day. There's no fixed time, it can be any time, but you do need to do it once daily without any gap. So you need to do it continuously, once daily, Ya Sami'u, 100 times with Durood Sharif before and after. This is in regards to the indication of the istikhara, because the indication came of azmaish, as a test. But you did mention a few other issues that you were facing. For example, there was in regards to problems between domestic disputes. So I'll give you an amal, a wazifa in regards to this as well, inshallah Azza wa Jal. And I've got something here in front of me which mentions the solution for family quarrels. Solution for family quarrels. And it mentions here that the renowned commentator of the Quran, Hakimul Ummat, Mufti Ahmad Yar Khan Rahmatullahi Alayh, has stated, when entering the home, one should recite Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim and place the right foot first into the home. One should then say salam to the household, and if no one is present at home, for example, one should say Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. And then it further goes on and says that some saints have been seen reciting Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim and followed by Surah Ikhlas, ay Qul huwallahu ahad, to the end of the surah, as they entered their homes at the beginning of the day. So if you try to put this in, so do recite Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, enter with the right foot, give salam to the household. If nobody's there, then give salam upon the beloved Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, Assalamu alayka ayyuhan nabiyyu wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and then follow it with Surah Ikhlas. And inshallah it mentions that those who put this into practice, especially maybe even in the beginning of the day, so maybe you've gone to drop the kids off to school and you've come back, and that is the beginning of the day. So when you walk back in, then put this into practice, inshallah. And it mentions that this brings about harmony in the household, i.e. there is no quarreling, and it also increases blessings in sustenance. And I was just going to add on there that look, one, it brings peace and harmony in the home, so there's none of this quarreling business. And then it mentions that it also increases blessing in the home, and sometimes the root cause of quarrels and disputes is so here inshallah it's also increased sustenance. So inshallah there won't be no money problems and there won't be no arguments as well. So you can say hitting 2 birds with 1 stone with 1 wazifa, and inshallah you'll put 2 things at bay. I won't linger on. I did want to mention in regards to the sleep, but inshallah if I get a chance and I remember, I will mention again. It has come to that time for the special segment that we have, which is called Today's Spiritual Cure. Sallu ala al-Habib Sallallahu ala Muhammad.
Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ta'ala ala Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Dear viewers of Madani Channel, today's spiritual cure, like always, it's very beneficial. And this is general for every single Muslim. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, this will be very beneficial. So this is regarding inclination towards the worship of Allah Azza wa Jal. And this is becoming quite common, the issue regarding a person not being inclined towards worship. Well, actually, generally most of the people, are they actually really worried, or are they actually really concerned about worship? That's another topic. But those who are actually concerned, and some people do actually say this, that we want to worship, but it's not like our heart is not there. We do go to pray, and then we don't really feel like, and then these issues, they discourage us from praying. And even those that are praying, they have this issue that they're not feeling ruhani, they're not feeling spirituality in their worships. So this wazifa, inshallah Azza wa Jal, will help you incline towards worship, and also will help you gaining spirituality in your worship. So very easy wazifa, not a long wazifa. So reciting Ya Muhsi, recite Ya Muhsi 7 times, and whilst placing your hand on the chest before sleeping. So before going to sleep, recite Ya Muhsi 7 times while placing your hand on the chest. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, by the blessing of this wazifa, by the blessing of this spiritual cure, you will get the inclination towards worship, you will get the ruhaniyat, the spirituality in your worship as well. May Allah Azza wa Jal allow us to take full benefit of this wazifa. Ameen.
Allah, mashallah, mashallah, beautiful wazifa. I'd just like to mention a couple of messages I've just received. In regards to a request for istikhara, a mother has sent in that my son Adam, he's always ill. If you can do his istikhara, may Allah end your worries soon, grant Adam good health, and overcome this continuous illness that he keeps going through, inshallah. We'll perform the istikhara, see what seems to be coming up, what indication we get, inshallah, and we will give you a spiritual cure in regards to that as well, inshallah. Another message we receive: Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Name is, or code name is Hidayah. And they're mentioning that if the person who sent it in saying, if you can do the istikhara for my brother, and this some kind of family issues that they've got, and they wanting to reconcile, and they wanting to have istikhara done, whether it's a good idea or not. It's always a good idea to bring differences of opinion to an end, any disputes to an end. I think we don't really need to do an istikhara for this. If these disputes are breaking more than one family, even if it's breaking one family, but here it seems like it's breaking more than one family, and whether it's a good idea to reconcile or not, of course it's a good idea to reconcile, and rather than having these families break up. So do steps, take steps. And inshallah Azza wa Jal, the one who takes the first steps, inshallah Azza wa Jal, will gain more rewards, inshallah. So do take them first steps and try to reconcile and patch up and make things better for your brother's family as well, inshallah Azza wa Jal. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant you reward for this and elevate your status as well. Jazakallah. If we can have the next 2 calls as well, please, and then we'll get Usman Bhai on the...
Muhammad Qaisi Iqbal Naqshbandi of Jamiatul Madina, UK. My question is that many students, upon opening their books, feel a lot of drowsiness and tend to be lazy upon opening their books. What certain wazaifs and spiritual cures can we have to prevent from laziness and have the passion to study more?
I'm a student of Jamiatul Madina, and my question is, the most of the time we are sitting, and this can lead to knee problems, knee pain. What can we do against this? Jazakallah khair.
So a couple of questions there. One, during study, suddenly starting to feel lazy. Now, that straight away, the thing that comes to the mind is that, look, because this person has opened a book, it could be any book, any book whatsoever. It could be even, you open the Quran Pak or any book of knowledge. Then obviously Satan doesn't want you to learn. So he doesn't want you to learn. He'll disturb you in one way or another. Even if you open the Quran Pak to do some tilawat, and either you'll feel an itch here, you're fine. All of a sudden you start feeling itchy here, your mouth is starting to get dry, you want to have some basic distractions. So you'll get distractions in any types of worship, and this learning ilm deen, seeking knowledge is superior form of worship. And most definitely you're going to feel tired. And just to add on to that, Usman Bhai, you'll have experienced this yourself as well. A person might be feeling so fresh, he's had his sleep, whatever. Okay? He'll go into the masjid, and when he's in the masjid, all of a sudden he'll start yawning, he'll start feeling tired. What's this?
It does happen, especially with all these kind of worships, and as you mentioned regarding studies, because for shaitan, the main thing is the student of knowledge is like his biggest enemy. And they mention in narrations as well how he's more happy with the one who stops a child from learning ilm deen. So this could be one of the reasons as well. Also do the spiritual cures for this, the laziness in studies. Inshallah I'll mention a wazifa for this, for the child who does not take interest in studies, for someone who doesn't, he's doing hifz Quran, or he's reading Quran, or he's doing dars in Nizami, like the brother has mentioned, he's from Jamiatul Madina, and he's having this issue when he opens the book and feels laziness. Inshallah this wazifa will help anyone who wants to study, but is having these issues. So the wazifa is that you recite Ya Allahu Ya Rahmanu, Ya Allahu Ya Rahmanu 101 times. So 101 times recite this, and then do dam, blow upon water and drink this water 5 times a day. Drink this, you can do it for your child who is doing hifz Quran, who is reading Quran. You can do it for him, or you can do it yourself, and then drink this water 5 times a day. Inshallah it'll help you take great interest in studies. So Ya Allahu Ya Rahmanu 101 times, and then inshallah that will help you in focusing in studies. Secondly, regarding the knee pain, knee pain and the pain in the joints, this is actually quite an old issue, but it's becoming quite common these days. Maybe because of the poor diet, the lifestyle that we're living these days, sitting incorrectly, so not sitting properly. Amir al-Sunnah has mentioned quite a few times regarding sitting properly. Like nowadays, most of the times we're sitting on the chairs, and the way we sit, maybe we don't even realize that we are sitting wrong. Maybe we're just inclined towards one side or the other side, or maybe our feet are not how they should be when we are sitting. So these issues, and then other maybe overweight, obesity, and injuries caused by accidents. So knee pain and also other pains in other joints is actually becoming quite common. So inshallah I'll give you a wazifa regarding this, and that will help. So the wazifa for the pain in the joints, and that includes the knee pain as well, that you write or get someone else to write Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum 786 times on a piece of paper, and then make a ta'weez, make an amulet. So 786 times Ya Hayyu Ya Qayyum, write this on a piece of paper, and then fold it, make it ta'weez, make it an amulet, and then wear it around your neck or your arm. Inshallah the pain in your joints will go away. Also, like the brother mentioned, he has, I don't know if he has, but if he's just asking for the knee pain. So someone who has pain in the joints, pain in the knee, so he should do this wazifa that recite Ya Ghaniyu, Ya Ghaniyu consistently whilst walking, while sitting down. So recite this Ya Ghaniyu, inshallah this will be very beneficial, and also you'll be getting the sawab if you have the intention of doing zikr of Allah you'll keep getting reward of Ya Ghaniyu, Ya Ghaniyu. Also this will help you in your pain as well.
Just like to mention a message before I give the istikhara replies. I'll mention a couple of messages, so then give you an opportunity, Usman Bhai, to take them out as well. I've got a question here. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Joint pains, common illness. Okay, so yeah, somebody's suffering with joint pains. I know you just mentioned one here just now, but somebody's suffering with joint pains, and they're requesting a spiritual cure in regards to this. So if you can mention something, maybe even the same one, or just mention a different one when it comes down to this. I think maybe somebody's well, they might have heard that previous one as well, but just for their benefit, just in case they haven't, if you can just mention this one for joint pains. Okay, coming back to the istikhara, the istikhara, Adam's mother requested an istikhara for her son because he always seems to be ill. The indication in the istikhara is of evil eye. So that's the reason why, which it makes sense why he's remaining ill. Maybe you've tried to remove the evil eye, or you haven't. I don't know. But inshallah, I'll give you an amal to do at home, which will remove the evil eye, inshallah, and then hopefully this will remove the continuous illness that your child's suffering from, inshallah. I'll give you something in regards to illness as well. If you recite Ya Salamu, Ya Salamu, Ya Salamu 33 times and with Rushi before and after, perform them upon Adam. Also perform them upon water and give that water to Adam to drink as well, and also perform them upon him. And you can do this dam frequently. You can do it whenever you remember. Just recite Ya Salamu 33 times, Rushi before and after, and keep performing dam. There's no limit of how many times. So the more the merrier, the more the better, inshallah. So do that. And the amal that I'm going to give you in regards to the removing of evil eye, a very strong amal. If you listen carefully, there's a little bit of detail in regards to this. And remember, viewers of Madani Channel, this isn't just for Adam's mum. Whoever's listening, you can take note of this, and this can be put into practice. Remember, evil eye is very common. It doesn't have to be that it's just the young children get affected with evil eye. Anybody can be affected with evil eye, and evil eye is such that if it's not removed, it does actually become Nazar-e-Bad, so it becomes very extreme, and it does mention, it's written in books in regards to evil eye, that it can get the camel into the cooking pot and make mankind reach the grave. So it is very severe. So when evil eye is there, is present, a person doesn't pay attention to it, doesn't remove the evil eye, then this does get, things don't get better, things get worse. I'll just mention this amal. Do take note of this. It mentions that recite Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim 7 times. After reciting Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim 7 times, you need to recite Ayatul Kursi just the once, and followed by Surah Falak and Surah Nas with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim each time. And you need to read Surah Falak and Surah Nas 3 times. So I'll just recap that just once more. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim 7 times, Ayatul Kursi just the once, Surah Falak and Surah Nas is the last 2 surahs of the Quran Pak. Both of them you need to recite 3 times each, but they need to be read with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim each time. Then you'll finish off with Durood Sharif. So you recite Durood Sharif once before and once at the end. Once you've done all this recitation, then you will perform dam upon 3 red chilies, 3 round red chilies. Perform dam upon these 3 red chilies. Then move these chilies around the head of the patient. And remember, when you're actually moving, for example, this is the patient here in front of me, and I've got the chilies in my hand. Start from the right shoulder of the patient. So this side, remember, will be his right shoulder. Go clockwise until you come back to the right shoulder. So there, that's once. So you've come back around to the right shoulder again, that's 2, and so forth. And you'll circulate around his head and around his upper half, so shoulder. So you can say head and shoulder area 21 times. Once you've done this 21 times, then you'll put these red chilies either in the stove or here, because we've got gas cookers. You'll put the tawa on the cooker, and then put the chilies on top of the tawa and let them burn and let them go charcoal, inshallah. And this, inshallah, will remove the evil eye. Second istikhara, which was in regards to the reconciliation. I did mention to you that it's something which is of betterment, and they should take these steps. The indication in the istikhara is also of betterment, inshallah. So do take these steps and save these households from breaking up. More than likely there will be children involved as well. And think about, if it's not about yourself, do think about the children, because their life is torn apart due to the parents splitting. So do try and save these households that are falling apart, and do take these steps. Ji Usman bhai.
It was regarding pain in the joints. Like I mentioned regarding when the brother asked for knee pain. So obviously the main two things is like whilst you're doing the wazaif as well, the spiritual cures, also keep an eye on your lifestyle as well, because this issue is becoming quite common these days. And like I mentioned, because of our poor diet, the lifestyle, and the way even we need tarbiyah, training how to sit. And Amir alayhi Sunnah does that tarbiyat, alhamdulillah, in his Madani Muzakaras as well, that how you should even sit, because sitting in a wrong way, like having your legs improperly, how they should be straight. So these issues, they cause these joint pains. So take care of these as well whilst you're performing the wazaif. So like I mentioned, Ya Ghaniyu. Ya Ghaniyu is a very good wazifa, and you just keep reciting consistently whilst walking, while sitting down, wherever you are, just on your tongue. Basically, yeah, yes. So that inshallah Azza wa Jal, if you do it with the intention of the zikr of Allah Azza wa Jal, you'll keep getting the reward of it as well. And inshallah Azza wa Jal, you'll see the benefit of this as well. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant you shifa from any pains in the joints as well.
Subhanallah. Another question, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can I please request a spiritual cure in regards to cancer? May Allah Azza wa Jal grant the family member, the person who's suffering with cancer, with complete cure, whether it's through the means of the medication that they're taking, whether it's through the means of anything that they're consuming, or through the water, through the drink, anything that they are taking in. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant them complete cure. May Allah Azza wa Jal elevate their ranks due to the suffering that they are also going through, and may Allah Azza wa Jal grant them patience as well. It is a difficult task, difficult time, difficult test. May Allah Azza wa Jal grant you steadfastness in this. May Allah Azza wa Jal reward you, not only in the world but also in the hereafter, due to the suffering that you are going through. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I've got a family member who's suffering with appendicitis. So if can I request a spiritual cure in regards to this, please? Usman bhai. So cancer, appendicitis. I'll give you one more, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can I request, is there a spiritual cure in regards to kidney illness or kidney pain? If there is, please can you mention it? Jazakallahu khaira. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. In regards to kidney pain and illness. I just received an istikhara request. I'll just mention this and then I'll let you carry on, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Can you please do istikhara? Name is, okay, so it's for a sister called Safiya. So inshallah we'll do the istikhara for you. And okay, we'll see what the problem is. And inshallah as well, if need be, we'll give you a spiritual cure in regards to this as well. Jeez, Mama, let you carry on.
First, regarding cancer, they asked, may Allah Azza wa Jal grant them shifa, may Allah Azza wa Jal grant them reward, and may Allah Azza wa Jal grant them patience in going through this cancer. There are many wazaif you could do. I'll mention a few for cancer. Number one is that you recite Durood Ibrahimi 11 times. So Durood that you recite in your salah. So you recite it 11 times and then recite Surah Maryam. So Surah Maryam in para 16. So recite Surah Maryam once and then again Durood Ibrahimi 11 times and then blow on water. So 11 times Durood Pak, then Surah Maryam, and then 11 times Durood Pak, Durood Ibrahimi, that is. And then do dam upon water. And then drink this water for 40 days consecutively. You can keep on adding more water as if it's needed. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, this will be very beneficial in the treatment of cancer. And this could also be done by someone else. So not the patient doesn't really have to do it himself. If he can, then he can do it himself. Otherwise, he can ask someone else to do it and drink that water, inshallah Azza wa Jal, with the blessing from Allah Azza wa Jal, the cancer would go away. Another wazifa for this is that from Quranic verses, أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ وَهُوَ اللَّطِيفُ الْخَبِيرُ. So, أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ وَهُوَ اللَّطِيفُ الْخَبِيرُ. Recite this 2022 times. 2022 times, and with the Durood Pak 11 times before and after. So like the previous wazifa, you have to recite Durood Pak 11 times before and after, and then do dam. You can either do dam, blow on the patient, or blow on water, or blow on the medication, and then give that medication or water to the patient. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, it will benefit. And the duration of this wazifa is till recovery. So recite this, do them, and then give that to the patient. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, that will benefit. One more I'll mention regarding cancer. So any that you can do, any which you find easy, do that, inshallah Azza wa Jal, that will benefit. One more is that you recite Ya Raqibu, Ya Raqibu 100 times in the state of wuzu for 7 days. So Ya Raqibu 100 times in the state of wuzu for 7 days, again with salat upon the Prophet ﷺ 11 times before and after, and then do dam upon the cancer patient. And if the wound is apparent, then do dam, blow upon that wound as well. And if the wound is not apparent, is inside, then do dam upon the place, the area where the wound is inside the body. Also, if the wound is apparent, do this action as well, that do dam upon mustard oil. So after reciting Ya Raqibu 100 times, do dam, blow upon mustard oil, and then apply that oil on the place of the wound. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, that will be very beneficial, and with the permission of Allah, with the will of Allah Azza wa Jal, the cancer would go away. Also, the next one regarding appendicitis, they asked. So may Allah Azza wa Jal grant whoever has this issue, may Allah Azza wa Jal grant them Shifa Kamila. So recite Ayatul Kursi, Allahu la ilaha illa huwal hayyul qayyum. This ayah, Ayatul Kursi, very famous. Recite this Ayatul Kursi 11 times, and 7 times Ya Azimu with the salat upon the Prophet ﷺ 3 times before and after, and then blow on a pinch of salt. So recite this Ayatul Kursi 11 times, 7 times Ya Azimu with salat 3 times before and after, then do dam upon a pinch of salt, and then put that in water, and then drink that water. Do this 3 times a day. Inshallah Azza wa Jal, this issue would go away. May Allah Azza wa Jal give whoever has this issue cure. And lastly, another question was regarding kidney. Well, kidneys, as we know, is actually a very key organ in our body. It filters all the fluids in our body and removes the poisonous acids from the body. And if one doesn't really take care, and then, or for any other reason it gets messed up, once your kidneys have been affected, this could even put you on dialysis for the rest of your life. And this is, as I've heard, is actually quite a painful process. So may Allah Azza wa Jal protect our Muslim brothers from this issue. If someone has this issue, the kidney issue, then I'll mention the wazifa for this as well. So reciting Surah Alam Nashrah, Alam Nashrah laka sadrak. So this surah, recite this 7 times with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim before it. So Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, then Surah Alam Nashrah. Every time recite Bismillah, and then Surah Alam Nashrah 7 times. And then also recite Salat upon the Prophet ﷺ before and after. Then do dam upon the affected area, to do dam upon your kidneys. Insha'Allah Azza wa Jal, the kidney pain will go away by the will of Allah Azza wa Jal.
If Allah wills, inshallah Azza wa Jal, you will be cured. The problems, the illnesses that you're suffering with, inshallah Azza wa Jal, they will come to an end. You will get cured, inshallah Azza wa Jal. The istikhara request which was sent in by Safiya, Sister Safiya, the istikhara has been performed. The istikhara indication is of azmaish, as test. I think there's some sleeping issues, not being able to sleep, etc. I have taken a spiritual cure out in regards to this. So before you go to bed, do recite this. Either take a note, I'll mention it a few times, inshallah. It's not very lengthy, but you can record it if you want, just so you can take note of it afterwards, just in case you can't note it all or you miss some of it. So very simply, before going to sleep, recite this 3 times with the Rushi before and after, and then go to sleep. And it's La ilaha illa huwal haqqul mubin. La ilaha illa huwal haqqul mubin. La ilaha illa huwal haqqul mubin. So you need to recite this 3 times with the Durood Sharif before and after, and then go to sleep, inshallah Azza wa Jal. And if Allah wills, you will sleep right through until Fajr time, inshallah Azza wa Jal. And then you can get up for Fajr and perform your Fajr Salah, inshallah. I'd just like to mention, we are right near the end of the program. I did actually do this, I didn't get a chance while Usman Bhai was giving the spiritual cures before, but the previous istikhara, which the name Hidayah was mentioned, they asked me to do another istikhara, so I received another message in regards to that. The other istikhara for a brother, the general istikhara, has been performed. The indication is of evil eye. So in regards to this, do recite La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah 60 times with the Rushi before and after, and perform them upon your brother, inshallah Azza wa Jal. The effects of evil eye, inshallah Azza wa Jal, will be removed. You did ask whether there's an influence of anything, any asarat or amliyat or anything like that, or there's no indications of anything like that, and apart from evil eye. So inshallah, may Allah will grant him cure from this. May Allah will remove your problems, inshallah, make things better for you. It is near the end of the process. So just make dua quickly. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wa salamu ala khatamin nabiyyin. Oh Allah Azza wa Jal, all the people who have sent in their messages, had istikharas done, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, whether they're ill, remove their illnesses. If they're going through any problems, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, remove their problems. Any domestic disputes that we are going through, Ya Allah Azza wa Jal, bring them to an end. Grant us peace and tranquility and harmony in our homes, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, increase our sustenance, make it easy for us, make our work easy for us, make us earn halal and eat halal sustenance, Ya Allah. Ya Allah, make our children obedient, remove our illnesses, whether it's our elderly, whether it's ourselves, whether it's our children, whether they are ill at home, whether they're ill in hospital. Ya Allah, grant us all cure. Ya Allah, those who are suffering from severe illnesses, like the message was received in regards to kidney problems, in regards to cancer, Ya Allah, these are major illnesses, Ya Allah, but they're not major in your court. They're just they're just a speckle, if you will. It's just a matter of kun, and these illnesses can be removed. Ya Allah, grant the ill cure through the medicine that they eat, through the water that they consume. Ya Allah, grant us all death with iman in the beautiful city of your beloved sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Ameen bijahi nabil ameen sallallahu alaihi wasallam bihaqqi la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That does bring us to the end of the program. Do join us next week, same time, same place, only on Madani Channel. Sallu ala al-Habib sallallahu ala Muhammad.
May Allah heal you from whatever pain you are suffering from. May Allah heal you from whatever pain you are suffering from.